Hello everyone, and today's video is going to be on removing timing chain and the sprockets. Basically removing all of this as well as this because it's still on there. Alright everyone, so now that we are going to be removing the timing chains and the sprockets, just know that the timing system is extremely complex, very precise, and you can cause big engine damage if you make mistakes. So really, it's not very smart to attempt this process and this procedure unless you're experienced with this type of repair. You can cause a lot of damage to your motor. So make sure that if you are insured at any time in the process to double check your work. Just double check what you're doing, make sure it's right, and just be careful. That's what I'm going to say. Alright. So I'm pretty sure that if you're going to be removing this stuff, your motor is probably already out of the vehicle, I'm guessing. I don't see why you'd... well, if your motor is still in the vehicle, do make sure that you relieve your fuel pressure, that you remove the engine cover, drive belts, idler pulleys. You want to remove the spark plugs as well as disconnect your negative terminal battery cable, basically all that stuff. Remove the pulleys, remove the crankshaft pulley, remove your timing cover, and we are here where we're at right now. I need to remove the pulley actually because I reinstall that so I can do my valve clearance. But yeah, so basically following the videos I've previously made all the way up until this is off, this is what you're kind of left with, is working with right here. And I just realized to start this process I'm going to have to be putting the motor in TDC on the compression choke for cylinder 1, so I'm going to reconnect my pressure gauge. Actually, you know what, I'm just going to feel with my hand. Again, want to make sure you're turning clockwise. My previous video showed how to do this. That's compression. More compression. More compression. And I'm just going to put a blunt object. Okay. I'm going to very carefully set the screwdriver just in the port right here. I can see exactly when. Right there. That's TDC. Marks up. Look at that. There we go. There's top dead center on compression stroke of piston 1. Alright, to get started everyone, I'm going to be removing my crankshaft pulley because we are at TDC for cylinder 1. I got to be careful because I do not want to move this pulley at all. I just want to buzz this bolt off really quick, so let's just... Alright. There we go. Then very carefully pull this off without moving. I'm going to go back here and then just back and forth kind of pull. Alright, there we go. So that is off. So you are at top dead center. Another thing you want to make sure is that right here that the dowel on this crank sprocket aligns, sorry I'm looking at the screen, with the line right there. So as you can see, these are both in line. So that's good. So now we can get to actually removing the chain, the tensioners, and the sprockets. So to start this process, I'm going to be removing the upper timing chain tensioner right here. It's going to be 3 bolts and it's going to take a 10 millimeter. There we go. Come on. There we go. So my next step is going to removing this timing chain guide right here, and that is going to take two 12. It has two 12 millimeter bolts, so I'm going to be using a, you guessed it, a 12 millimeter socket. And let's just goes off, and there we go. get that so it doesn't fall on the floor, and it fell on the floor. Luckily, I keep my shop very clean, so I know when things fall. I am now going to be removing the primary tensioner right here, which is going to take a 10mm socket, and there are 2 bolts here and here. Alright. Well, there's that. I'm going to let that hang real quick. Now to remove this guide right here, it is going to take a 8mm. There. Put that on. Let it set in there. And there we go. So now that the primary tensioner, the guide, and these 2 guides have been removed, we can remove the timing chain right here. Go. Come on. Go. And voila! Timing chain, tensioners, and chain guides are all off. So, I remember watching a video on someone removing their cam gears, and they just used this right here, and then they used a ratcheting wrench right there and just broke it off. I had a lot of trouble trying to do that. So what I did was I held this right here, took my impact to it, and buzzed it and hit it, and that broke the nut. So I'm coming on this one now, gonna hold it, and hit it real quick. Alright, and that keeps the cam right in place. And then now I'm going to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. Just using my impact and then using my hands to hold the cam in place. Alright, right there. Hold this. Here we go, and then come on to this one, and come on. Hold it, and break the bolt. There we go. Get that off. There we go. So before I remove the bolts and the sprockets, I'm going to depress the tensioners. I'm going to use a paper clip. I bent it just like that, and they're focus. Alright, well, there's a small hole right on the inside. You're not going to be able to see this. I'll try to get you at least over a little bit. Yep. Can you see that? You can't see that. Alright, I'm going to depress this. Alright. That is in. That is depressed. I'm now going to do the other side. Right here. Alright, so I'm now going to remove the final bolts. Or remove just the bolts that are loosened. Alright, that bolt's off. And that bolt is off. So now I'm going to pull these off together. There we go. All right. Is this still on? Is this bolt still on? What's happening here? One thing. There we go. All right. There's that. So as you can see, all these sprockets, the tension guides, and the chains have been removed except for one sprocket, which, as you can see, is located right there. Now that is actually the water pump. If you need to remove that, it is going to take 3 bolts, and you're going to be needing a 10mm socket, which I have right here, and I'm going to remove that. if I can get it out. So the final sprocket on this front, as you can see, well, there's actually two. One is the crank sprocket, right there. I'm going to remove the key and drop it, and then remove. Okay, well, I thought that was going to be easier. Remove the crank sprocket. And for these, I've been having a little bit of trouble. So what I have is a pair of grips with duct tape around them so I can get a good hold, and then just tap on it very lightly. I just get it to loosen up a little bit. There we go. And now, having a little trouble grabbing this by hand, the water pump sprocket right there, or the water pump. As you can see, there it is. Focus. So, I'm going to grab these grips one more time. The duct tape on them. Be very careful. What I'm going to do is just very lightly just hit it right on the side and see if it'll pop out. And there we go. So, there's that. There is your pump. Right there. Woo! And whenever I'm working on this, doing teardowns like this, when I am done tearing it down, I do put bags over the motor to keep the dirt out. But as you can see, there we go. All of the sprockets have been removed, the chains have been removed, and the tension guide as well as the tensioners. Except for the two tensioners here, which I'll be removing in my next episode with these caps, as well as the rear timing cover. Alright guys, so that is the video. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Definitely share the video if you can and add it to your notification. Join the notification squad, as well as check out SoCalZ.net. If your total checkout purchase is over $550, use my promo code LOPEZ33, LOPEZ 33, for $25 off your total purchase. And if your purchase is less than $550 on that website, please just use my promo code in the comments, and that'll let the website know that I referred you to them. Thank you again for watching, and I hope this helped you out. As you can see, this is all bare. It's all ready to get more work done. I'm going to bag this up and cover it just so I don't get a whole bunch of dirt and grime in the motor. Even though I'm going to be cleaning all the parts anyways, I like to keep my stuff clean. So yeah, thanks guys.